Listener discretion is advised.
I'm a pit bull, and I approve this message.
Hello. I've got a pit bull staring at me across the room. Man, and I don't think we can believe what they say. Those pit bulls aren't dangerous. Look at that.
They don't look like their owners either.
No, exactly.
That's probably the better thing.
Maybe it happens after 10 years. Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Conversations with the Pit Bull Live. I would be Foster Corder.
And I'm Danny Mason.
And you are here with us today. So we got a wonderful show. We're going to Skype in, who is it? Renee Smith from Lake Charles, Louisiana, one of my favorite places in the world. Boy, them crawdads, you know, who that? And that's with the Pit Bull Rescue and, what is it? I forgot Pit Bull Rescue. It's Lake Charles Pit Bull Rescue, I guess. And we have in-studio guest, who, Danny?
We got a wonderful artist over here, Ignat. He brought some of his wonderful artwork and to help make it come in 4D and 3D and stuff. He brought one of the actual models, the dog over there that appears in one of the paintings and stuff. So we're gonna
a pit bull artist, and this guy, let me tell you, he came to America, California, like 15 years ago from Bulgaria. And, you know, he started painting on the street in the bus station, and then he ended up in the police station. And then, no, I'm kidding. But he's painting pit bulls, so you know we love him, right? So you want to talk? Let's talk to Ignat now. Have we got him on camera, sir? All right, and we got Chris, our studio engineer, and it's been a lot going on here. First, let me tell you guys, just give you a little bit of background. The last two shows that we did, if you remember 3 weeks ago, we said that the station was going to shut down for a month while they dealt with gremlins and rebuilt stuff and did all kinds of stuff. And they did. Everybody else shut down. There's been no other shows. And guess what? So we, being like, you know, Conversations with a Pit Bull, one of the most important shows in the land, and on the RMC network, we decided, hey, man, we're going to keep going. We're going to do shows in between the gap, you know. Well, did that backfire? Chris and I have been pulling out my dreadlocks and his little afro for 2 weeks, man. And so the show 2 weeks ago is totally gone. It will not come back. We're going to have the guest back. I mean, wonderful brother from Kentucky, right? That, you know, it's like, man, you know, Shane. That was Shane. And last week is so out of sync, you know, so it was sad. So I apologize, and I know I got tons of emails. And everybody else who has noticed that I've been off of Facebook for like 2 weeks, man, because I haven't been texting and sending responses. I got about 50 friends' requests, and I finally answered those yesterday, and people posting and saying, how come there's nothing going up on the Breeder X page or the conversation? Because I had a couple of things. One, between these shows getting dropped, I was just sick. And between, trying to sell Pitbull energy drink by the freeway to raise money for this Breeder X tour, I just got down. And then sending me so many pictures of dogs that needing rescue, man. I just said, wait a minute, I need a break. I had to back up and just re-energize, man, because, you know, a baby can only take so much. So, with that said, that's the update. We're going to get with Fred Cray after the commercial. And, you know, of course, Paula, we're going to be saving some dogs in a minute. But right now, let's talk to Ignat, Danny.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me.
You said you're from Bulgaria?
Bulgaria, yeah.
Ah, that's the first time I met somebody from Bulgaria.
Yeah, I'm from Bulgaria.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
South side?
Yeah, exactly. Long way from Bulgaria.
So tell us a little bit about your story, man. How'd you wind up here, and how'd you get into this wonderful fine art that you're doing?
It was always the dream to come to America, so right after school I got a green card from the lottery and moved out here.
The lottery? Like, what do you mean? Like
the green card lottery.
I'm not even hip.
Yeah.
What is the green card lottery?
Well, each year the U.S. wants to diversify the country, so they give each country a certain amount of people that can get green cards and become U.S. citizens.
Wow.
So I looked out back then. It was
like how many people would Bulgaria, for example?
3,500 each year from Bulgaria.
Wow. Okay.
So that was that was about in 1997, and you know, I've been doing art since, you know, I grew up drawing and painting, and I went to art school in Bulgaria, and I've been working with galleries. I mostly do portraits and figures of people, but I love dogs, and occasionally I'll do some dog portraits, and I did I did a lot of paintings of my dog that recently passed away. This is him, Lucky, his name.
Oh, yeah.
And so last year I noticed on Facebook that a lot of people were posting shelter dogs and were trying to raise pledges to rescue the dogs. And so I thought, well, what is it that I can do to help raise funds and raise awareness about the issues of overpopulated shelters? So I thought, well, maybe if I do tiny little paintings of dogs and just auction them, or just somehow raise funds, so there was this little dog. His name was Eric, tiny little black terrier that I saw a picture of, and I did the painting, and as soon as I posted it, the next day I was told that the dog was euthanized. So it was so sad, you know, because I thought, well, small dogs don't get put down as quickly, but the little guy didn't have a chance. So that got me to really do a little bit more of those little paintings. And, you know, I noticed also that a lot of pit bulls were in the shelters, and they were euthanized because it was so hard to get homes for them because of the overpopulation. And so I did a few little pit bull paintings, and did some bigger ones. That one was a mom and pup in the concrete floor of the shelter, and I thought that was a really touching image, because there are a lot of pit bull families in those cages, and and luckily these made it out. Someone adopted them, but a lot of them don't, unfortunately. So I really wanted to just bring more awareness to the issue. So I did more of those dogs. And
do they have the same issues from where you're from? Like, are there same issues with the dogs out there, or is it?
Well, in Bulgaria, we have a lot of stray dogs on the streets, and unfortunately, because there's so much traffic, a lot of them get hit by cars. So there are some public shelters, but they're pretty full, and nobody is really adopting stray dogs. They all look for the breed. So, and actually, this is a painting of a couple of homeless dogs that I did painting of. So yeah, in Bulgaria, they just roam on the streets. People feed them with bits and pieces from their snacks, and I worked with this one rescue group there that they were actually a couple of volunteers who would go to the streets and just pick up sick dogs or just any dogs that that don't have a home, and they would just gate a little area and turn it into a little sanctuary just so they're safer from the streets. So I did a couple of paintings to raise funds for them to build a stronger fence and get it a little bit better.
How long does it take you to do one of these, like a portrait of this size?
The bigger paintings, they take a few days. Some of the little ones were maybe a day or so.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
are you looking at a photograph, and then you start painting, or you?
Yes, I'm looking at a photograph. Yeah,
because I know the dog's not going to stand still and pose like that.
Right. Even from photos, you take 100 pictures. One is good to paint from.
Do you ever go into the shelter and get ran out while you try to paint right there? You tried
I haven't tried that.
Yeah, they run me out when I take,
video cameras or whatever.
You go in with a video camera, they start freaking out. They think you.
Yeah.
You gotta have a whole manifesto when you're trying to do something good. It doesn't matter. You still gotta jump through the hoops.
Some of the images I use, they're just from the intake pictures of the shelter, like this one, for example. They all have the collar and the leash, and they just when they take him in, they take the picture and throw him in the cage. So some of those pictures are from those, and actually about a month ago I connected with Diana and her rescue because I wanted to go volunteer and socialize with her dogs, and then each time we took one of her rescue dogs to the grass areas to pet him and play with it. I would ask her, what is the story of this dog? What is the story of that dog? And, they're all sad stories because these dogs went through so much.
Right.
So tell us the story, Diane, about the dog that you brought with us.
This is Cade. He's about 2 to 4 years old.
Where's
He's actually laying down.
Cade's
okay.
down here.
He's
grab that camera and take a look at him.
He is a former fighting dog. He was picked up at an LA shelter that a gangbanger had got into his holding cell with a chain wrapped around his fist and proceeded to beat the you-know-what out of this dog. And when I got a hold of him, he was terrified of people. You couldn't have change in your pocket. You couldn't have keys in your pocket. He was absolutely terrified. You looked him in the eyes. He became an entirely different dog. A couple of months went by before I was actually able to take pictures of him because he didn't trust me. He, unfortunately, is extremely dog aggressive, but one of the most loving dogs I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got such an amazing story. And he met Ignat and my volunteer Brandon here. When he first met both of these gentlemen, you saw him, Daniel. He couldn't wait to meet you.
Yeah, no, he's very sweet, and that's one of the things you'll hear a lot of times because we get people that aren't too familiar with dogs or just tuning in that don't really have a whole bunch of background, but sometimes you'll hear people talk about, this dog, when he finds his forever home, he prefers to be the only dog.
Right.
Or sometimes this dog is, they may be very socialized to dogs, or they may be very socialized to people, or both. But you have to pay attention to some of these things because some dogs, whether they're they may still have issues being around other dogs or different dogs of different sizes or sometimes babies or adults. So it's very critical that you learn about the dog's disposition because they may be like 99% cool and then the 1% may be the thing like, hey, they don't like yellow rooms and you got a banana-colored living room and you're going to wind up having trouble. But so when you guys got hooked up, like you said, how did you guys start interacting with this dog? Because I see you have a portrait of him, right?
Yeah, that painting.
Could you grab it for us?
Yeah. Actually, maybe Chris can show it on the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Better. Yeah, I mean, I just he was so affectionate and he loved being pet and then when Diana told me the story, I just couldn't believe that transformation, and that what this dog went through and what he has become. So and plus he's such a handsome dog. I wanted to paint him.
Just beautiful. That was one of the first things I noticed when he came running up out in the parking lot.
His nickname is Sexy Beast.
Hey, the dog's always trying to steal my names. You know what I'm saying? No, but can you even imagine? I mean, just such a beautiful animal. It's just so hard to even believe that somebody would treat an animal that way. But as you can see, when people work diligently with these animals, like the things that they've been victimized by can be uprooted, and it's just wonderful to see the type of work that you're doing with an animal like that, to have it be able to come hang out with us and just be a lap dog and just smiling and stuff like that. It's like even the gangbangers can't eliminate that out of a dog. Well, look, we're gonna take a break real quick. And then when we come back, we're going to go check out the cyberspace and get Fred Cray up in here, and then come back a little bit more with our in-studio guests.
Hey.
You guys are watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. It's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
All right, we're back. You guys watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live. We got some wonderful in-studio guests in the house. Before we get to our buddy Fred Cray, Diana, you brought one of your assistants with you, Brandon, over there. He's got the pooch in his arms. Brandon, what's happening, bro?
Nothing.
So what are you grooming Brandon like about the training issues and the rehabilitation stuff, or what?
I'm trying to. We have a few teenagers that volunteer for us, which I think is amazing, because with this powerful breed, a lot of people are afraid of them, and to see teenagers and kids below the age of 16 being able to handle them really shows the public and that, wow, these really aren't these terrible animals that everybody perceives them to be. Brandon and Cade fell in love with each other the moment they met. I brought Brandon to one of the boarding facilities that we use, and it was love at first sight. Mom wasn't even there. You know what I mean? I didn't even exist when they met. And Brandon handles him very well. Cade listens to him very well. He just is a great kid all the way around, and I love having him on our team.
What made you decide to get involved, Brandon?
I've always loved dogs, and I grew up around pets, and that was really just much it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about working with this dog? And, well, you probably work with a couple other dogs as well, but what do you enjoy working with Diana and the rescue group about?
I mean, I enjoy everything going, seeing them in boarding, and just loving the love on them, and just feeling all the love that they give me. And then when I learn with them, I can put it into my dog.
Yeah. Have you learned a lot working with this dog specifically?
Yes, I've learned a whole lot working with him. Like, certain things, don't put your hands straight in their face, and like when you walk them, you have to make sure you're holding on strong enough, and a lot of different things. Like, he's just so beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's great. Yes, man. So, Brandon, have you ever heard of the name Fred Cray?
No.
Well, you stay in this dog world long enough, and you will, man, because he is one of the top smuckety smucks in the dog world, man. And legally, I mean, I guess professionally he's an attorney, right? But he's more than that. He's just all-around dog cat, and you got a chance to meet him right now. Say hello to Fred Craig.
Hello, Mr. Fred.
We got him. Fred, are you there?
I'm always here.
All right,
like
nice. Hey,
in your mind, in the ether, in the internet, I'm all around you, and you don't even know it.
That's right. Tell us, buddy, what's going on in the legal world these days?
Well, legally, I want to sue the San Antonio Spurs for not having air conditioning on their game last night.
Oh, that's what it was?
Which caused the Heat to lose the game because it was 90 degrees and LeBron got cramps in his legs.
That's what the cause was.
So does that mean now that for all the home games they're going to turn off the AC?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey,
it was the fix was in.
Well, you know what Malcolm said. By any means necessary.
Yeah, I thought I saw Don King over there somewhere wiggling the pinky ring, like making, turning the tables real quick.
Hey man, I thought it was perfect, for the kids to see, because how many of those guys out there? Well, maybe it's a different generation, but remember back in the day, all the basketball players that came out of the inner cities and stuff, they started off playing on. Who did that? Excuse me, turn your phones off. They started off playing on basketball courts that had glass and nails and rims that were bent halfway with no nets. And now they all, they making $10 million a year and running around the court. And they cut the air conditioning off they freak out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and
San Antonio has all those Europeans on their team, and they're used to playing with no AC. So maybe that was a little edge as well. So I'll forgive them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they didn't do it on purpose, but now I'm wondering if they think, hey, maybe we should put the thermostat at 89.
That may be true. But
to get to the subject of dogs, South Bend, Indiana has repealed its breed ban and gone breed neutral.
All right.
And the lady who did it was Valerie Shea. She ran on that platform to get elected and spent a year rewriting the entire dangerous dog law and getting rid of the BS breed discriminatory laws there. And what they did was a very holistic approach. They banned tethering. They redefined dangerous dogs so that they would be able to do some more things with the dogs that fall between the dangerous and sort of semi-dangerous. So it was a really great way of putting together all of these things that that need to be done. For in other words, most dogs that are chained, they're not really well socialized. And in the last month, we've seen 2 children killed by chained dogs who went out of their yard and went into somebody else's yard with a chained dog.
Right.
With parents that weren't supervising. Well, one was a fatality and one wasn't actually. But so that was a great thing because I actually worked with them and gave a presentation to their attorneys and councilmen about why you need due process and why you need to have a hearing when you get your dog taken because they think it looks like a pit bull.
Fred, let me ask you real quick, like with things like that, like when those type of victories are made legally, do they help set like a precedent or does that stuff begin to pile up in terms of, okay, now something that happens in another state or another city or municipality that's trying to get these laws changed, can they say, hey, you know what, this just happened in Indiana, this is part of the precedent, or you can see, or is it really different depending on the area that you're in?
Well, it's not like when you have a case decided by a court and that court then has legal precedent saying, for example, there's not going to be segregation. That's a court thing. Yeah. Whereas this is really a passing of a law. Now, it can have big consequences. Clay, Alabama, for example, has a breed discriminatory lawsuit going on that's set for trial on September 2nd of this year. And all around Clay, Alabama, there are 3 or 4 other counties that have breed discriminatory laws. So they are looking at this, what happens in Clay, and it will have an effect on those other counties that are close because their laws are very similar.
Okay.
So in some cases, it does have an effect. And of course, I think South Bend, Indiana's law is a great model for all cities because it covers all of the animal welfare aspects as well as dangerous dogs and without having breed discriminatory laws in place.
That's wonderful. I mean, to see people like Valerie. You said she holds an office out there, a political office, Fred?
Yeah, and she actually ran on, getting the pit bull ban overturned. That was one of her platforms that she got elected on.
Oh, that's
and
really cool.
It took a year. I mean, I remember, last year going over with her, what her law was and why it was unconstitutional. And she asked, well, would I give a Skype presentation to the city council with a PowerPoint presentation? So I did that. And I could tell when I gave that presentation that the city attorney was pretty nervous because their law did not have what was required for due process.
Wonderful.
In other words, if they saw your dog was a pit bull, they didn't have a hearing. They didn't have, your right to go and say, look, I have a vet who says it's not, or I have a DNA test that says it's not. Once they made that decision, that was it. And that you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, well, you run into a lawyer with a lawyer that's armed with the facts and an articulate, like, just straight barrage of information. Most people start shaking up, so that's good. I'm glad you shook them up a little bit.
Well, there's cases. I mean, I told him the cases, and I heard the lawyer who was the city attorney said, well, Mr. Cray, I want to assure you that everything we do is legal. And I said, well, that's great. I said, but it's not in your law. And if it's not in the law, if you die tomorrow, how do we know what was going on?
Right.
Put it in the law.
Yep.
So
what else is going on? That's Indiana. What else is on your mind?
Let's see here. There's a story that is really a frustrating story in a legal position, where a woman lived next door to a deputy sheriff. She went over there and looked at the dogs. They didn't have any food or water, and then she saw a puppy that was not chained that was near death, and so she took that dog and gave it to someone to take care of. And when the deputy came home from vacation, she got charged with theft.
Wow.
So everyone is up in arms about the idea that, this guy left the dog in his backyard without food and water. This lady was a good Samaritan, went over and saved it from death. And if she hadn't saved it, when the guy came back from vacation, it would be dead. So there would be no dog to be talking about. Mm-hmm. And this comes to the whole issue of what people are allowed to do in an emergency. So if you see a hot dog in a car, are you allowed to break in and get the dog out? And it depends on the state's laws. Some states it's okay to do that if you're doing it in an emergency situation to save a dog's life, and in other cases it's not. I think if it was me, I would say, okay, I'm doing it, and I'll take the consequences of it later.
Absolutely.
And let the and let the judge, say, well, yeah, you broke into that car, but you saved the dog's life. I don't think that's a very popular position.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do the right thing, and like it's weird.
So
it's weird how you get punished for stuff like that.
The deputy wants his dog back. The deputy wants his dog back, and they're charging this lady with theft. And there's a lot of support for this woman who saved the dog's life. And I guess one of the things that you have to think about is, what should the law be when you're dealing with pet emergencies?
Yeah.
And recently, I don't remember if it was the Supreme Court or otherwise, held that, that if there's a dog emergency and you go in and do something because of it, if you get evidence from that, it's admissible. So it's an interesting question.
What city was that, Fred? What city was that in?
This was in Athens. It was in Athens County. I don't remember the city. If you Google it on Facebook, you'll be able to see it. It's on our
Athens,
Facebook page.
Georgia? Or is
I don't know if it's Athens, Georgia or not, but I just, it's not something in my head.
Okay.
I was just interested
asking
in the theory of the theft and whether or not there was an exception for taking a dog when it was going to die.
Right. Well, what I want to do is just mark this moment at about 30 minutes into the show on June 6th. I actually found something that Fred Cray didn't know. All right, so Chris, make sure that we don't lose this show, okay? This one has to remain in the archives because we finally out of hey, did you know this is our year anniversary month? Did you know that?
I heard that in the last show that you lost.
Yeah, so I mean,
I heard that in the last show you lost.
I wanted to have some sort of and nobody ever saw it or heard it other than the people that watched us live that day. So what we're going to do is we're going to plan a month-long celebration once the studio is back and up and everything. And Fred Cray, again, he was right once again when I announced that the studio was going to be doing construction and all kind of stuff. Fred said, "Hey, you guys going to take off?" And I was like, "No, we're going to keep going." And so we lost the show. I mean, how ironic is that, huh, buddy?
Technology is a very delicate thing.
Yeah.
Any little thing, we take it for granted, but there's so much that has to be right for things to work right.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
exactly.
So,
I mean, and
even down to your internet connection speed.
Yeah, and if you go back a couple of years, this would be a miracle, in 1979, 80, 85, right? 84, it's like, you guys are what? So bottom line, we're coming.
I just want to say one thing. It's
Sure.
getting to be summer, and you need to be careful of your dog, leaving your dog in the car. There have been 2 or 3 dog deaths in hot cars so far this year. It's completely preventable. You just got to think about what you're doing.
Yeah, I'd say also just walking your dog on the hot concrete, man. I mean,
yeah, that's dangerous too.
Yeah,
it's hot.
Yeah,
you gotta do it in the shade, man.
Yeah, you gotta have a shady spot.
If you want to test that out, walk your dog barefoot. That'll immediately tell you what your dog is feeling.
Wait a minute, are you watching my house or what? Because last week it was like a 98-degree day here. I actually went out in the backyard by the swimming pool and I had no shoes on, and it was about 1 o'clock, man. And when I walked off the grass part onto the concrete, I burned my damn feet getting, just trying to go, over to the other side of the yard with the dogs because, Grip, he has this thing about chewing up those little solar lights, So I have to put on my tax form, like $80 a year in solar lights for dog treats.
So you're getting off easy, man, if that's all he's chewing up.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to go get
hey,
him.
we got to go to commercial because
when I was going to school in Nebraska for law school, it was so hot in the summer that when you walked on the asphalt, you could feel your shoes pressing down into the asphalt.
Oh, wow.
It's like 100 degrees.
Yeah. So.
And I went, man, this is no place to live.
That's right.
I can't live in Nebraska.
That's right. So, hey, Fred, we're going to go to commercial, and I don't know. I'm scared to do the double Skype thing, because I want to bring Renee on, and we're not going to do that.
I'll hang around, and if you got time later,
we'll bring you back. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. See you right after these words from our sponsor.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
Hey, we're back. We're back. And don't forget that Pitbull energy drink, man. That keeps us on the air, even for the shows that get dropped, and that don't exist anymore. They are still providing us, as well as the Breeder X Tour, which I've been begging. You guys don't know how hard it has been. But the bottom line, and you don't care. It's just results, Foster, damn it. So what we want to do is we're going to bring Renee up on the Skype in 1 second. Oh, Renee's there already. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Oh, we're great.
Good. Look at that dog.
Hey, could you tilt your camera down a little bit?
Tilt it down just a little.
There we go.
Yeah, now you're happening. There you go. Yep.
Who you got there with you?
This is Halo. He's about a year old.
Halo.
He was abused, severely abused, and then shot in the head 3 times.
Wow.
And the guy just actually got 10 years for what he did.
Wow.
So anyway, but Halo's doing great now.
Well, when he gets out, Breeder X, baby. You know? Jack will be waiting.
Yeah. What's going on down there in Louisiana these days?
The usual. You know, hot.
Hot.
Humid.
Hot.
You know.
And
hot, humid.
Now, is your group, your organization, is it called the Lake Charles Pitbull Rescue? Or
yes.
Lake Charles, okay, because I messed that up at the top of the show. I wasn't sure, so and I figured that. But so we'll be coming through Louisiana, man. So we got to stop by and help try to raise some funds for you and what's the baby's name?
Halo.
This is Halo.
Halo. So how many pit bulls do you have, Renee?
Right now we have about 25 in the organization. Hang on, let me put Halo down. He's heavy. We have about 25 in the organization, and I have about 15 at my house right now.
My God, Renee, you got to take pictures, man. You got to send video. But, when we come through there, we'll be, shooting stuff. And because, see, that's what I want to show. I really, really, really want to see that kind of stuff. And I want the audience out there to see, just the love and the time and the dedication that people put into this work of rescuing these animals.
How'd you get into the rescue world, Renee? What got you started?
I found years ago. I found a little puppy in the Walmart parking lot, and of course I picked it up. I didn't know what it was when I got to the vet. The vet said, "Well, that's a pit bull," and I said, "Well, what does that mean?" I just had no idea. And he was the most amazing dog in the world, and it just, getting to know him, it just floored me that people fought them, and I just couldn't understand it. He's such a great dog, and so, that's what started my love for the breed. And then I don't know what it is about. It's kind of weird, if you have pit bulls, people think you need more of them. So that's kind of how I got into the rescue world. People would, because I had some, and they were like, "Well, we found this pit bull. Can't you help us?"
Right.
And
Tell me about it.
When I figured out that I could raise money and actually help more, it just kind of,
well, it
blew up exponentially.
We can relate, Danny's not a Facebooker, so he rides the wave, but I so can relate to you because when, with your situation, when they know you got one pit bull, they think when you have a show called Conversations with a Pit Bull, honey, I was just cleaning out my email last night and this morning. I deleted 10,000 emails, man. That's how serious the pit bull situation is.
People are active, man.
And just so you know, that was my email box. I checked it before I left. 35,000 emails. Wow. I can't even come close to that.
Are there any issues down there, Renee, that are unique to where you're at down in Louisiana? Like, what are the laws like down there? What are some of the unique situations that you're dealing with down there?
I mean, we do have a lot of breed restrictions, and a lot of the animal shelters here will only allow rescues to pull. They won't, but that's not really any different than anywhere else. We do have a lot of dog fighting here, but we don't have the manpower to really do much about it yet. So that's something we're working on. But I think we have the same problems here that people have, you know, in rescues all over the place. It's a breed we love that gets bashed on a daily basis, and we're all just trying to you know, change the public perception and make sure people are responsible and, you know, do the right thing.
That's right.
So, I don't think we're really any different here.
Yeah. Well, Renee, my thing has been, you know, we got to stop the breeding to stop the bleeding, you know? People have to, and you said the word, responsibility. You know, we have to cut down on so many dogs being bred, man. It's just too many dogs being born to keep up with it. You know, somebody like you say you have 15, 20 dogs, and then somebody's, you know, and you're saving these dogs, and people are dropping off 40 dogs, you know, in the shelter. So it's hard to keep up. So it's two issues. We got to stop the breeding. We got to educate the public on the breeding, and then we're changing the perception and putting responsibility on the people and not the dogs. So when we come through Louisiana, how can we do some sort of little fundraiser or something? You know, people can take pictures.
That would be great.
Take pictures with Danny for $5 or something. You know, it's like you know, we'll have grip.
Some crawfish.
Yeah,
you know?
there you go. You know, it's like how many crawfish can Danny eat? We can set up a raffle.
That's right.
You know what? I've been down. I go to Louisiana pretty often actually to do some work. We shoot like videos and stuff like that, and I'm just like always amazed at how beautiful it is down there. And I'm like, you know what? If you're a dog around some loving people, that must be an awesome place. Like if you happen to be one of the dogs that's in a loving family in a forever home, that'd be a pretty awesome place to be a dog.
Right.
I
And
think,
especially
you know?
if you're a pit bull that's owned by a restaurant owner.
They say out here, it's like, hey, take that dog outside, and the dog might have like 20 feet to like, you know, claim as his own. But out there, I mean,
land.
It's like football fields of like stuff sometimes. Even you know, it might be kind of cool.
So Renee, what do you guys got coming up that you know that we need to know about, or the public needs to know about, or we can even put on our calendar?
We have been working. You know, part of changing the public perception of the breed and is getting some really good examples of the breed out there. And so what we're doing right now is we pulled a dog. It's a bull terrier from Calcasieu Parish Animal Services, and we have been training him to be a mobility dog for a veteran. He is almost ready, and we're about to be able to donate him to his veteran.
Oh, great.
And then we're also about to have the first therapy dog that is a pit bull type dog in Lake Charles. So we've been working towards that too, which is really cool.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I tell you, we're hitting the road by hook or crook. You know, we'll be selling pit bull by the freeway or something. You know, we'll be at the Motel 6 trying to, you know, sell something to pay for that room. You know, but we got to do it. You know, we got to change the perception. We got to educate the public, and so it's about conversations with a pit bull and breeder X, and we're gonna do that. So
if there were one thing, Renee, that you would like to say to encourage people to make a change, what would it be?
Oh, just one thing? That's tough.
Yeah, just one thing.
Just one thing. Breeding. Yeah, it needs to stop. There's just too much. You know, the percentage of pit bull type dogs in animal shelters right now is so astronomical. And I think it's like, 1 in 500 will find a home. Yeah. It's sad. And a lot of people don't think, you know, they think, well, my puppies are never going to end up there. And that's not true. Yeah. I think the statistics are 3 out of 5 puppies in a litter end up at the shelter. Wow. That's scary.
Well, we're gonna come and help you, and we're gonna ask you to help us, you know, when we come to your area of the country.
Tell them where they can get in contact with you guys so they can send some love your way. What's the website or the Facebook?
We have a website. It's LakeCharlesPitBullRescue.com, and then we've got a Facebook page, of course. We've got Lake Charles Pit Bull Rescue on Facebook. We also have the Positive Pit Project, and we also have Team Halo. Yeah. So all those are our Facebook pages.
Well, you guys get out there and send some love her way and some support. And if you're in that area and looking for beautiful dogs, they've got some wonderful animals down there that need some homes. So there's people right around you that are doing the good work that can give you a wonderful companion. So,
hey, Renee, let me ask you this. Have you ever met a pit bull named Who Dat? I think that'd be a great...
Actually, I think I may have.
Yeah. I think that would be a great...
That's actually a great name.
Yeah, that'd be a great name for a pit. Who that?
I like that.
He come,
And you know, running a rescue, we are constantly running out of names and struggling to come up with, names. So I'm going to remember that.
Yeah, remember that. But make sure he's like the coolest pit bull ever. You know what I mean? Because with that name, you're going to be able to take him all kinds of places, and you're going to say, who that? And you say, who that? Sit. And the public going to go crazy. People will just be like, wow, who that? How you doing? So
who that?
Yeah,
it could get confusing though. Who that? Well, that is who that. No, who is that?
Who's on first? You do a modern day Albert and Costello. Get it on. You know what I
mean? It'd be great.
Well, you guys make sure you go visit the Lake Charles Pitbull Rescue on their website and on Facebook. And if you have a chance, send some support there where they could definitely use it. They're doing the good work. We'll be right back. You guys are watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live. We're going to come back and talk a little bit with our in-studio guests. And Paula. And Paula are going to get some of these dogs rescued. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Renee.
So you guys,
love you, man.
You guys hang tight. You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live, and we'll be right back.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
Hey guys, we are black and back. Hey, you guys missed it. While we were at commercial, wonderful thing happened. Our crack engineer, or our engineer that's on crack, which one? Chris, this great, he just saved the day, man. He said, Foster, the CPU usage is high, which is how we lost the last couple of shows. And he said, I'm going to stop everything and save it. So guess what, guys? Those wonderful paintings that we had on screen, you guys will see them in our archives. So if you're seeing this like a week from now or whatever, or a month from now, you might not have seen it. So Chris, you give him a round of applause, Give credit where credit's due. So we are recording again, and since we're going to go to our resident queen of rescue, the Madame of saving dogs, the pit bull of pit bull promotion and adoption, and the hardest working woman on Facebook, Paula Archer.
Paula, are you out there?
Hi, Paula.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey, look at you. How are you?
Hi, Cade. I'm good. How's everybody there?
We're wonderful.
Good. Hey, look, Cade heard you, man. And he doesn't even need headphones. See, he got those.
That boy.
So who we got? What we got? Let's save some dogs, Paula.
Okay, here we go. Up first, we have Ella. Ella is free to a rescue. Ella is 3.5 years old. She's spayed, heartworm negative. She is, obviously she's a female red pit who's up to date on all vaccines, house trained, good with other dogs, and also with people. She is used to being inside, but enjoys being outside as well. She can be agency transferred for free to a licensed rescue. She is located in Jefferson, Georgia, 1 hour north of Atlanta. She is urgent. For more information on her, you can contact ferretfarm56@gmail. And as usual, if you don't get any of these numbers or information, you can hit me up on Facebook. I'll be more than happy to help you save a dog. Next up, we have Bishop. Bishop is an American Pit Bull mix terrier. He's neutered, approximately 2 years old, and a volunteer rote. This boy looks like a black lab with basset hound legs. What a cutie. He went to a Petco adoption event and did fine with other dogs, children, and all the people that stopped by to say hi. Space is at a premium. Please act quickly to save him or another pup. They can be put to sleep at any time. They are at LCAS, which is in Lincolnton, North Carolina. The phone number there is 704-736-4125, and their hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 11 to 4:30. Now we have Bambi. Bambi is a female pit mix. She was received as an owner surrender. She is a very affectionate, sweet girl. She likes to play and she loves to give kisses. She weighs about 45 pounds and they think she is around a year old. She is in Palatka, Florida, and they are open today from 10 to noon, and 1 to 4. The phone number there is 386-329-0396. Now we have Bullet. Meet Bullet. He is a 2-year-old male pit mix. He is about 50 pounds. Next up, we have Otis. This is about a 3-year-old male pit mix. He is also about 50 pounds. And last today we have Bruce. Bruce is a male pitty mix and he is about a year old. He is also approximately 50 pounds. Bullet, Otis, and Bruce are available through McFarland, California Animal Shelter. You can contact ACO Raymond at 661-792-2121 or Alvarez at 661-282-0423 for more information on these guys or to make them your new best friend. Last week we had Betty and Ariel on the show. Betty was rescued. If you remember, she was to be euthanized on Sunday. And Ariel was adopted. She has a new family.
All
so
right.
That's all I have this week.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you so much. I want to just thank Paula so much for everything that she does. It's in the midst of helping us put this show together or whatnot, she's on the front lines out there.
There you go.
Saving dogs,
Oh, man, and you don't see it. I told you about like the 10,000 emails.
Uh-huh.
Well, probably 4,000 of them had to do with something Paula was doing, and somebody that was dealing with Paula saying, well, Paula was in rescuing this and helping this dog, and she said, Foster said we could wonder if we could get the dog on the show.
She goes hard in the paint.
Oh my God,
love
Paula,
her. Thank
baby,
you, Paula.
The work she's doing is insane.
Yeah, and managed to say all cute and
That's right. And so,
I'm about to work on mine.
And once again, we're coming to Paula, man. Paula's gonna, whether you hold down the fort and I'm there or we there together, you gonna have house guests, baby.
That's right. The wonders of the cyber world coming together. So thank you again, Paula. So we wanted to talk a little bit more about Cade over here, right?
Yes, please. Cade is up for adoption, but he's got to go through some rehabilitation from all that bad stuff that people put on him, huh?
Yes, he is. His training, as of the moment, has been a little postponed due to some emergencies, but he needs a great home. He needs to be the only dog.
See there?
He's wonderful with humans.
Cade.
You have to be a experienced pit bull owner to even think about filling out an application for Cade.
Okay.
If you want any information on Cade, you can email us at romprescue.org.
Okay.
And we can give you all the information you need about him. We also have a Facebook page that has his bio on it.
Okay.
Romp Rescue. He's just amazing, and expect to be amazing to be his new human.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
and Ignat, tell us a little bit about where they can get at you, like, because this fine art. I'm sure there's do you take like, I guess I would call them clients. Like, if somebody has a dog and they want to get a portrait, you do that?
Okay. Yeah, I guess if they just Google Ignatov art, I'm the only Ignat. So
okay, we got to get.
I'm the only Ignat. I like that.
I'm the only Ignat. That's
t-shirt.
Unique.
Put that on a t-shirt.
That's right. I'm the only Ignat. Huh? And spell that for him just in case.
It's Ignatov.
Yeah.
Art. ART.
Ignat Art, and so you
Art.
Right, and you put Ignat.
IgnatOfArt.com is the website.
Okay, and you're gonna get you additional one since it's pretty cheap, $100 or whatever a year. Get Ignat Pitbull Art.
I want to see.
Then you got.
I'm the only
Ignat.com.
I'm the only Ignat.com. That's where I go.
You like that?
I'm rolling with that.
Hey, so people can send you photographs of their dog and you paint it.
Right.
Okay, so if somebody saw on the show, like, on a rerun of the show, 3 months from now or something, and they saw one of those paintings, how much do they go for?
The small ones are about $500, and then the big ones are about
$550, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's $650, you said, Danny? Conversations with a pit bull tax or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah. So, no, buy some art, man. You don't have a house if you don't have art in it. And you might as well have some pit bull art. And it might as well be Ignat's art.
And if you're doing enough good work, if your rescue group is out there doing enough good work, who knows? You might be able to get a deal. He might want to partner up with you and help you guys save some dogs.
Right.
So.
Hey, and Ignat, do you know Fred Cray?
No.
Oh, man, you got to meet him, You missed him. He was on our show today.
That's one dude that'll sit down and pose for a portrait.
That's right. He'll pose for a portrait with his dog.
Does not stop anything.
That's right. And, hey, he'll send you a picture or you get one of these because that guy, he's the man.
He doesn't have a bad side,
That's
so you
right.
can paint him all day.
That's right. And so he's down there sweating with the heat right now,
Yep.
But so we're going to send the heat back to you guys, Fred, and they'll be well spanked. And they'll come home for that next two, but we know it's all rigged anyway, probably. So, who's talking? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today and participating. And we're coming to you, Fred. Breeder X is coming to your town. We're going to turn Miami out.
Yep.
And we're going to be some kind of way. Cheryl Harrell with Portland Pitbull Rescue. She pulled some strings, and I'll be participating in the Bully Walk on the 20th, 21st. Whatever Sunday, I'm not calendar efficient, but she's on the show with us next week or week after next.
Okay.
And that Friday, I think it's the 20th, the 19th, who knows? I can't count. Anyway, I'll be going to Portland to participate in the Bully Walk. We're going to try to kick off the Breeder X tour with the support of Pitbull Energy Drink. We want to thank them so much. We can't thank them enough for just, keeping the lights on here and paying our electric bill to let us be in this studio.
And make sure you guys get out there and get your pinups for Pitbull calendars.
Oh, yeah.
And go get your book by Lynn Chang called Dogs Don't Care, Dogs Poo Everywhere.
That's right, everywhere. And that's the reason, Lynn's coming back next week.
Yeah.
She had you wouldn't believe, man, there's a lady from UCLA that wants to interview me. She was coming yesterday. Her car broke down. Lynn Chang's coming to the studio today. Her car broke down.
Putting everybody on blast.
My car yesterday, it broke down. Okay, so I ain't just putting that, you know, I mean, hey, it's something in the air. I don't know if it's the gas or whatever it is, but
can't hold us down.
Yeah, and I got to end the show right now with this. The soldier that Obama brought and traded the guys with, because those Taliban guys, they weren't even involved in 9/11 and none of the other stuff. These were guys that just got rounded up in the whole raid of picking up guys. And so if you got a turban, I imagine it's like, you know. And I only can relate. I know I'm not even for Taliban and all that, but I know how when police do sweeps and, you know, when they just pick, and they say a black guy robbed the liquor store, they pick up 30 people. So I don't know those guys. I don't know the situation. So I say, hey, if he let him go, he's president. He had a good reason. The guy who's a traitor, who knows? Maybe they wanted to get him back so they can get information about the Taliban from him if he was a traitor. That's all I have to say about that. This is not a political show, but I heard so much crap all week on the radio. It was just like, ah. So love your pit bulls, people. See you later. Thank you so much. Bye.
And I approve this message.